Tō katoa, nau mai, and welcome. It's round 4 of this Sky Sport Women's Premiership. Today's action is the Wellington Orcas up against the Auckland Vulcans, and it's coming to you from Porirua today from Jerry Collins Park. Great to be working alongside former Fern too, Crystal. Rota, tēnā koe te tuine.
Tēnā koe, Dale. It's a pleasure to be commentating alongside you again.
And as you can see, the track is looking pretty good at the moment. Let's have a look at some of the form coming into this game. The Orcas have had one win, of course, up against the Aucklanders. Everyone wants to get a piece of the action, but a hard-fought win over Waikato as we see some nice interchange of play and players to watch out for here this afternoon. It's great to have you with us here on Sky Sport. And, of course, the Women's Rugby League game's taken a real boost with the NRLW, plenty of coverage. And, of course, Sky Sport coming along for the ride as well and highlighting our regional premierships. Some great talent on show here as we see the Wellingtonians working hard. 7 teams in the local competition this year. I think 6 might have finished up. They had some struggles at the back end. Is a little bit of a look at some of what we can expect from the Vulcans as well this hour.
Yeah, Wendy Saviete there, just the number 10, going over for a beautiful try for the Vulcans. She made the team of the week also last week. Jana Mangele here setting up Salenza Nelson, who made a beautiful break here. She's been playing some outstanding footy and she's a good inclusion into this Vulcan side. So really looking forward to see what the Vulcans can do today with this Wellington side who had their first win last week, Dale.
There's some top talent on show, quite obviously, and we're pleased to have you with us. Let's have a look at the results of the games, the women's as well. Counties Monaco Stingrays tracking pretty well against the Bulls. Our 2 games still to come this afternoon, and of course the Falcons against Waikato. The Vulcans have been looking pretty sharp, haven't they, and head the table, so it'll be a big effort. Oh, that's the men's premiership, my apologies, that's all right. I'll just keep... Oh, we're just going to do the women's. Thank you. Yep. All right, thanks, Stacey. So let's have a look here. That's how it's sitting as we go into this one. The Orcas just with the 1 win. The Vulcans picking up 2 wins out of their 3 starts. So they'll go in as favourites, but the Wellington Orcas could provide the upset here this afternoon. Well, let's have a look at their lineup today. As mentioned, there are 7 teams who fought the Premiership. It was the Porirua Valkyries who were ultimately successful. But their coach, Ake Pereira, former Kiwi Fern herself, says there's a lot of young talent, but as is the case too, often reliant on some of the old hands. There's a few wahine in there in their 30s, and it works nice to get a little bit going on between them, experienced players, and some of the up-and-comers, Crystal.
Oh, you've got to have a balance of experience and, you know, like you said, your newcomers, and they've definitely got some experience in the side with the likes of Anderson and Collins, you know, who are part of the spine, and they bring in young players like Leota, who's been playing extremely well for the Orcas. So they've definitely got a good balance, and I see them, you know, getting better from week to week.
Like as assistant coach is Brenda Collins, and we caught up with Brenda to get some thoughts going into this one.
Brenda, you got your first win of the season last week against Waikato. How pleasing was it for you and the team to get off the mark this season?
It was awesome for us. We're really chasing that win, and just to finally get it just kind of helped us in terms of knowing that what we're doing is on the right track, and yeah, ready to build again this week.
How has your squad shaped up for this match?
We've actually shaped up pretty good, coming off obviously the back of a win. The vibe is good, it's positive, people are keen to take another step, so yeah, this week should be good.
You're up against the Auckland Vulcans side today. What's the key for your team to win?
Big emphasis this week is just on team connection, like playing as a team, staying together for the whole time, and then actually just looking for opportunities where we can put some things into place.
Great, all the best for today.
Thank you.
Brenda Collins from the Orcas. Well, let's have a look at the lineup for their opponents today. And this is going to be a tough ask for the Orcas. There's plenty of talent in here, Crystal.
Yeah, definitely a lot of talent in here. They've actually got a pairs halves that are coming from Howick. So, you know, they've already got a bit of experience playing alongside each other. They've got a lot of power in their forward pack. And off the back, they've got Jana Mangele, who's been playing some consistent footy throughout the club season as well as the campaign. So, you know, they've got a depth in their side. They've got a lot of players also out, like Fotumoala, who's just been signed by the Warriors. They must be giving giving her a bit of a rest as she's their 18th man. But they've definitely got a good squad and a good wider squad that they can pull talent from.
And they've got a talented coach. Interestingly, both of them worked opposite each other. George Carmont, Aka Pereira, for the Aki Cars squad earlier this year. But George Carmont coaches the Vulcans. Let's hear from him.
After an incredibly close win last week to the Bulls, what's been the focus of your team this week?
I think for us and throughout the campaign, we've just tried to keep building momentum each week. So same thing again this week, coming off a pretty good win against Canterbury last week.
Thank you, Stacey.
Expecting another improved performance.
You got any injury concerns this week?
No, all of our players are fully fit, which is pretty good at this stage of the campaign.
And what are you expecting the Orcas to bring today after their win last week?
Yeah, they're going to be a tough team. They've competed in all the games that they've played in. Like you said, had their first win last week, so I know that they'll get a lot of confidence out of that game. And yeah, we just got to make sure that we turn up ready to play.
Great, thank you.
Kia ora roa tu e hoa mai, good to have you with us. And we're coming at you from Jerry Collins Stadium down at Te Whangarui Atara as we witness round 4 of the Sky Sport Women's Premiership. Today's match featuring the Wellington Orcas and the Auckland Vulcans. Good day, Tēnei. Nei rata mihi, kia koutou. Good to have Crystal Rota, former Fern, and now Sky Sport commentator with us today. Tēnā koe te tuine ngā mihi.
Tēnā koe, Dale. It's always a pleasure to be calling alongside you, my friend.
Thanks very much. Well, look, they'll be a bit heartened, the Wellingtonians, with the Orcas, with a victory last week over Waikato. Let's have a look at some of the highlights there. The Vulcans have won 2 out of their 3 starts so far, but the Orcas have got a little bit going on at the moment too. 7 squads making up the Wellington women's competition, and of course Crystal with this shot in the arm really that the NRLW has provided on the cusp as well of International Rugby League. The women's game is really in a growth spurt, and it's exciting to see some of these athletes getting an opportunity, and really pleased that Sky Sport are coming along for the ride as well, and highlighting the Women's Premiership here. A few images of Wellington. They've got some big units through the middle, a lot of experience, a lot of youthful players as well.
Oh, they've definitely got a lot of experience and youth amongst the team. That lady there, Rex Anderson, who just scored that try, and here we see the Vulcans, Wendy Savaeti getting a try right under the sticks of Avery Carmont. So, you know, there's definitely a lot of talent in both of these squads. Jana Mangele here with a beautiful ball to Lenza Nelson, who made a beautiful break here and scored herself a try as well in this game against Canterbury. So, yeah, we're very fortunate to be seeing a lot of growth amongst our women's game, especially with the Warriors coming into the NRLW next year, Dale.
Well, let's have a look at the lineup. In fact, we'll go first to the results. National Men's Premiership here, the Vulcans very strong, couple of games still to be decided, and the Stingrays too good for the Bulls, the Vulcans, Orcas, and still to come, Akarana Falcons lining up against the Waikato squad. Let's have a look at the women's table as we speak here for the Sky Sport Women's Premiership. And Counties Manukau looking good at the top of the table, and just with the 1 win, the Orcas, but that will give them a lot of heart coming into the game. Let's have a look at the Wellington lineup, and we'll also hear from the coaches as well. They've got plenty of experience. You mentioned Raquel Anderson. She's one of the senior players there, and Coach Akenese Pereira certainly relying on some of the older heads from the Wainuiamata Lionesses, from the Kingfishers, or in fact they're the Queenfishers as well, from Randwick. Plenty of experience and some exciting young talent too, knocking at the door. The coach, or the assistant coach actually, for the Orcas is Brenda Collins.
Brenda, you got your first win of the season last week against Waikato. How pleasing was it for you and the team to get off the mark this season?
It was awesome for us. We're really chasing that win, and just to finally get it just kind of helped us in terms of knowing that what we're doing is on the right track, and yeah, ready to build again this week.
How has your squad shaped up for this match?
We've actually shaped up pretty good, coming off obviously the back of a win. The vibe is good, it's positive, people are keen to take another step, so yeah, this week should be good.
You're up against the Auckland Vulcans side today. What's the key for your team to win?
Big emphasis this week is just on team connection, like playing as a team, staying together for the whole time, and then actually just looking for opportunities where we can put some things into place.
Great, all the best for today.
Thank you.
Brenda Collins, one of 3 actually ex-Ferns involved in the camp for the Orcas. She is Kiwi Fern 105. Let's go to the Auckland team list with Crystal.
Yeah, they've got a good lineup today, and it just shows they've got some good depth on the Vulcan side. I've been liking watching Whare Mate out the back for the Vulcans. When she finds some space, she creates opportunities for herself, and then they've got Mangele out the back in number 13. She's been playing some really good footy as well. She's been consistent throughout this campaign, but they have a very good spine as well, the Vulcans, and they're going to be very hard to contain out there today, but it's very exciting, and I can't wait to watch the game here today.
George Carmont's in control of the Vulcans. Let's get some thoughts from him.
After an incredibly close win last week to the Bulls, what's been the focus of your team this week?
I think for us and throughout the campaign, we've just tried to keep building momentum each week. So same thing again this week. Coming off a pretty good win against Canterbury last week, but I'm expecting another improved performance.
You got any injury concerns this week?
No, all of our players are fully fit which is pretty good at this stage of the campaign.
And what are you expecting the Orcas to bring today after their win last week?
Yeah, they're going to be a tough team. They've competed in all the games that they've played in. Like you said, had their first win last week, so I know that they'll get a lot of confidence out of that game. And yeah, we just got to make sure that we turn up ready to play.
Great, thank you.
He's a wonderful contributor to the local game. George Carmont came out of the Otahuhu club, tried his hand at Newcastle, ended up in England, and he's come back. And of course, he's very proud to be coaching his kotiro, who will be one of the features here today. Keep your eye out for her. That's Avery Rose Carmont, certainly a player with tremendous skill, just like your dear old papa.
That's so awesome. What an awesome duo.
We're about to get underway. Great to have you with us here, E Homa. And a big ask here for the Orcas. Let's see if they are up to it, though, as we get underway. So the Orcas running from right to left. The Vulcans would have travelled earlier this morning and then no doubt will be returning this evening. It's a little bit challenging, but if you want to get into some representative fixtures, it's just great that we've had plenty to look forward to. There's Talamai Val with the carry. Fevers will be refereeing this one, and a little bit of a recovery for the Vulcans early on. Distribution from Joseph to the back row, to Magali. And it's important that both teams get away to a good start for the Wellington squad. Perhaps even more important too, because they just want to make a statement to the Vulcans, who certainly go into this one as favourites. But hey, that's what we love about sport. The underdogs can get up, and maybe it's today that we'll witness that.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good opening set there from the Vulcans. Here we get Wellington get their first opportunity with the ball in hand. It's been exciting to see. I called the game last week with the Wellington Orcas and Waikato, and they had their first win of the season, and it was exciting to see some of their fresh faces who are playing some really good footy at the moment. There's a young lady in this team, Kerr is her name, Tara Kerr, and she is a beast. First penalty of the game here already against the Vulcans.
Yeah, Tara Kerr is one to watch out for as well. She's playing in number 3, Tara. She is second year with the squad, and she's formerly with the Petone Panthers as well. She's also a former Wellington Rugby Union representative as well. So one to look out for in strip number 3, Tara Kerr. That was heading towards touched by the Vulcans. Just before it went out, the number 8 was able to put her hands on the Diamond Henry. So, of course, this field in Porirua, the Jerry Collins Stadium, named after the former All Black, as well, tragically killed in a car accident in France. But it's a good track, and it's good to see it utilised well here with our post-club season representative fixtures. So it's the Orcas who have the football here, just inside the 40-metre line. Real chance to make a bit of a statement as Troy Lutuaso carries the football forward. She's wrapped up by Taupō. And now 25 metres out from the try line. They'll work it short side. Nice little run as well. A dummy and a charge towards the line. This is a very, very good carry from the big number 24. That's Marianne Collins. She's one of the favourites, all right, no doubt about that. As the Orcas get themselves set here. Don't be too taken by the positions or the numbers on the backs. There's a lot of shuffling around here. It's jersey sizes, which is something that we find in representative play. But 10 metres out, there's a very good opportunity there for the Orcas. They'll be disappointed not to have come up with some points on that play.
Yeah, definitely, especially off that brilliant run there from Collins. She did something of the like last week as well, where she just charges at the line as a half. You don't know whether she's going to give or she's going to go herself. She's got a good show and go as well. She scored off the back of one of those last week. So she'll be one to watch in this Wellington side. But here we have the Vulcans, Sapphire Abraham with the ball in her hand.
She's looking good too. Yeah, Marianne Collins, of course, has played Kioraki, if you please, for Samoa. Internationally, the Vulcans in possession with Zion Lau-Pepe with the football. Muscle to ground, Tawny Burgess, plenty of experience with Tawny. So just on the 30 and another penalty here. So that'll benefit the Vulcans task ahead. They mentioned Parade, of course. Ake is the coach of the squad. They've had a bit of sadness in her whānau too, so I just want to acknowledge how she'd been to a tangi this morning, come along to coach. She's the one of the few tokalauan coaches that I'm familiar with in the women's game, but also a Fern in her own right. Ake was Fern number 99. What number are you?
124.
124. Great opportunity for our Kiwi Ferns this year as well, highlighted by the Pacifica Championship, which is coming up. The Vulcans have the football. Charlotte Davis with the tap. Onto the Boyle comes Talamai Val. Goes strongly forward. Good defence, though. We said keep an eye out for Tara Kerr. That's her in 3, making the tackle just outside the 30. Peeling back the metres. There's another strong carry from Vanessa. Morlia Fraser sets the ball up the back row. Mangale has the football. And she's put away. Some pressure here on the Orcas at the moment as Wendy Savaete gets hold of the ball. We know how good Wendy is. She's 5 metres out from the try line now. Getting themselves set, the Vulcans. 5 minutes gone, no try. Will it come up in a moment? You've got to think it's a chance too. Stiana Thompson heads towards the line. Pulled down metres, just a few millimetres shy of the chalk. There's a good crash ball close to the line, but Taupo couldn't quite get there. Still the heat on for the Vulcans. This time it's the 5th and final. They've got numbers out to the left-hand side. Fullback chimes in, Whare Mate. Still alive. Orcas with the football. That's a super try. And a wonderful start to the game. Well, Pepe is in to score in the corner.
Oh, what a beautiful team effort try that was by the Vulcans. Started all the way on the right-hand side of the field, shifted to the left. Beautiful ball from Jodeci Joseph out to Charlotte Davis there. Just got on the outside there, Jade Wharemate, and then out to Zion Laupepe to get the first points on the board for the Vulcans.
Yeah, well, for a time there, I thought the Orcas were standing strong too. 5th and final tackle, and they just needed to hold out one more tackle, but to their credit, the Vulcans saw there was an opportunity. The chain passing, the couriering the ball through the line, and it was a great finish as well for Zion in the corner. It's going to be a tough kick, of course. Just looking at the trees, trying to work out the wind there, Crystal. What can you tell us, Crystal?
Oh, they're looking pretty still to me.
They're looking pretty still to me as well, sister. So not much help from the wind coming in behind. Who's got the kicking duties today?
Yeah, Sapphire Abraham here.
Tell us a little bit about Saf. Where's she run? What club she aligned with? And our viewers at home might be interested to know just where the Vulcans are drawn from, because they're split 3 ways in Tamaki. Counties Monaco, the Akalana squad as well, and the Vulcans.
Yeah, Saf's from Pakuranga, but she was over in Australia having a stint playing over in the BMD Cup this year. So she's come back. She came back and had a little bit of a run for the Pakuranga Jags, but unfortunately got injured. So she's just returned and playing for the Vulcans. So it's been a good return for Saf. And yeah, looking forward to seeing her playing, and no doubt she'll probably want to head back over to Australia next year and pursue her career.
Yes, this one is not going to get the 2 points, but it was tough, bearing in mind it is windless today. It's windless. The BMD Cup, I'm not so familiar. Maybe you could just elaborate on that.
So the BMD Cup is the competition in Queensland. So it's the same level as the Harvey Norman Cup that they run in the New South Wales. So those are the levels just below the NRLW. So they'll be the feeder clubs into the NRLW.
What are you making of the interest, I suppose, here in Aotearoa anyway, with the Warriors fielding a squad next year? A lot of players who would normally head across the Tasman are being called home.
Yeah, they are being called home, and rightly so. It's exciting to see them come home and get the opportunity to represent a home club in the Warriors. So hopefully our girls from that have gone across the ditch return home.
So the Vulcans once again have the football. Marianne Collins and Ake Peleda were both Kiwi Ferns back in 2010. As we see once again the Vulcans with the football. So Pakuranga, Howick, they draw from that sort of area, East Auckland.
The Vulcans can actually draw from anyone in our Auckland competition. Oh, there we go.
You're allowed to say, because that was Marianne Collins coming at pace.
Yeah, on Tiana Thompson, one of the babies of our game from Howick as well, who's got a big future ahead of her.
Here's Taupo in to play the ball. Now the Orcas need to get hold of the football. This is good control at the back. It's taken nicely there. There's Savannah Piriata. And she knows to just settle things down. Charlotte Davis goes in first time, but Piriata still with the football. Into dummy half work goes Ruamo Taiaki. She's with the football and taking it forward. Cook Island Māori used to do competitive swimming and plays with the championship winning squad, the Porirua Valkyries, who won the women's local competition. Into Whanganuiatara, across field this time for Tara Kerr. She's well sorted out though. Sapphire Abraham making the tackle on her. 40 metres out from their own line, the Orcas. They haven't had a lot of possession, and this time they get a chance to work their way forward. Some formidable opponents there as well. Great build for a second rower. Navalzine Taupo. And the defenders are coming across strongly here for the Vulcans. Carmont will be pretty pleased with what he's witnessing at the moment. Raquel Anderson is the experienced hand who puts the ball downfield. And then a bit of a chase. Nice little step here. And eventually the Vulcans player is shut down 23 metres out from her own line.
Yeah, I'm sure the Wellington Orcas would be happy with that set. They got the Vulcans down in the corner where they would have wanted to start the set. They're going to have to really work hard on defence here. Oh, to stop the likes of these barnstorming runs. This is the outside backs, not the middles, but...
Yeah, that was Eleanor Javier,
yeah.
But looked pretty comfortable as though it was a back rower or even a front rower run. And here's a penalty as well, as you can see, just outside the 40-metre line. Centre field here for the Vulcans. Just the one try scored, and it was a good one as well. No, Pepe, that was scored after 7 minutes. So they just need to hang in here, the Orcas. They'll be looking for an upset victory, but there's certainly confidence is high with the Orcas after their victory over Waikato last week. They'll have to defend strongly here though, because probing is Jeresi Joseph. She gets a couple of metres before she's put away. Tackler was Tuangalu. There are two in the squad offer on the wing. Lesiale is playing in the front row here for the Orcas. Danger time for them though. Confidence builder here as that ball just eludes Abraham. Thought it might have gone forward. The referee thinks likewise. And so the turnover here. In fact, they're packing down the scrum. But the Orcas who'll get the scrum feed. They're holding their own at the moment, the local squad.
Yeah, they are. That's a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card for the Orcas there with the pass that didn't quite find the hands there of Sapphire Abraham. So this is an opportunity here for the Orcas. They need to get some of their middles going forward, get some momentum and try and get down to some good ball where they really haven't got down to yet to have a crack at a try. The
quality of the footy is really on the improve here in NZ, and it's great that Sky are bringing the action to us. Plenty of talent to enjoy as the Orcas get hold of the ball. Marianne Collins with a cutout. This is a nice run. Good metres picked up too. Oh, a great continuing on off of Tuangalu. And got a runner to finish off. Can she get to the try line? You better believe it as Savannah Peliata is in to score. Long range effort from the Orcas and plenty to like about their attitude on show today.
Oh, absolutely. What a beautiful try from the Orcas. Beautiful support play. Look where they were. They were just outside the 20 there. So look at the pace here. She gets on the outside, manages to keep her balance and continue going on. Tuangalu, beautiful support on the outside there by Peniata with a little bit of a step back on the inside off her left to get Wellington Orcas on the board. What a try.
Well, off Ofa was superb before the ball through to Piniata. Ofa Tuangalu, we are reliably informed, can do a handstand
Really?
for 20 seconds.
Well, that's what explain how she's so balanced there when she managed to keep her balance after being tackled.
Well, it's a strange little quip. I was talking with Aki last night, you know, on the phone, and said, oh, well, can you tell us a little bit about some of your players? She said, oh, yeah, I'll send you up a little bit of info about the clubs, you know. And that. But she was kind enough to send some of those little asides. So that's one of them. And Ofa Tuangalu can do a handstand for 20 seconds. How long can you do them for, Crystal?
I don't think I can do them
Come
anymore.
on, you're a personal trainer, Crystal. All right? You've got to show your clients that anything is possible.
Can do it against the wall.
I can, but I get dizzy, all the blood rushes to my head. There's another little look here. It was, I thought Eleanor Havea would get her. And the positioning here of the fullback was good. And stepping inside, Savannah Piniata into score. Great try for the Orcas.
Oh, beautiful try for the Orcas.
Unable to get the conversion from wide out. Here we are, 14 minutes gone, e Homa. And it is locked up for a piece. Just waiting for the restart here. Like I say, sort of windless at the moment. And the restart, the Stingrays earlier, too good for Canterbury in the women's competition. But that'll give them some confidence. There's a lot of attitude on show here too. You know, you can't afford to be timid when you're working through the middle. And that ball's been jarred loose, so play on, says the referee. Has a look. No, he'll call them back, but it'll be the Vulcans here, 35 out from the line too, and centre field with a great opportunity to mount a challenge.
Yeah, that was unfortunate there for the Orcas. Bit of a ball handling error, not something that they would have wanted off the back of that beautiful long-range try that they scored. So the Vulcans here get another opportunity.
If we're to improve the quality of women's rugby league, Crystal, at home here, where do you think the injection needs to be? Is it training the coaches? Is it training the physical aspect? Or is it just more game time?
I think there probably could be a lot of...
Just stay here for a moment. Just stay here for a moment.
Caller.
Call us in. Hold it, caller. Hold on, caller. Take it away, Crystal.
We've got Zion Laupepe here. Beautiful break by Whare Mate.
We'll get back to that point in a moment. We're only 10 metres out from the try line. Here comes a rolling Talamai. Good defence, though, too. Oh, it's getting brutal in the middle at the moment. It's Kitty Grombeck, who's in her 30s too, and deliberately called into the squad for her experience. The Vulcans with the football, and Savaiti once again has the ball. She's been a class act here for the Vulcans in the 3 weeks preceding this outing. Over the top, danger time at the moment. And the 16, Taylor Osborne, is put away, as you can see, only 8 metres out from the try line. You've got to think the Vulcans are a big, big chance if they can keep it going left, and they can't, as the ball's put down by Talamai Val.
Yeah, second error, pretty much the same. In good ball not quite making it to hand. 2 missed opportunities here. Yeah, just a thumble, knock on. Missed opportunity from the Vulcans, but the Orcas live to see another day. Get another attacking opportunity here out of their red zone.
Now, if I wanted some extended eyelashes, I'd be coming to you, Crystal.
Yeah, yes, you would.
If I was after some, I'd be coming to see you, Crystal Rota. Are you coaching as well, Crystal?
Not at the moment, I'm not. Obviously finished club season. We actually have a team, our Papakura team, that's going to the Fiji 9. So I'm taking that team across in November.
Cool.
So that's exciting, something different.
Yeah, cool. And Crystal runs a extended eyelash business.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sure do.
A lot of our wahine have got eyelash extensions, I've noticed.
It's an essential these days, Dale.
Absolute essential for life. Good on you. So now it's the Orcas who have the football. This has been good from them. As they push towards the halfway line, this is the back row. Season Blackburn Kingy has the football. Season is on debut here. She's from the Tauranga Eels. I had a lovely opportunity to interview Honey Hiremesmaila, whose book is coming out in the next week or so, during the week. And she kindly referenced Trish Hina as a player that she was just taken by, you know, when she was only a young athlete. Let's stay with this one. Here are the Orcas. Because Trish, obviously, proud. I think she was from the Tauranga Eels as well, perhaps. Little rubber kick through to the backwards, taken by the fullback. The bounce was kind, but she had to anticipate it and did the mathematical equation well. Bouncing up sweetly for the fullback. Everyone's getting in there at the moment. 19 on the track is Caitlin Lewin. Vulcans in possession as the number 2 hauls it forward. That's Javier. Quick play the ball on the 40. Peeling out of dummy half is Joseph. Good run from Joseph as well. That's clever work. Beautiful footwork. And still anticipating an opportunity to pop the pass. And then goes to ground. Tiana Thompson goes into acting half. The Vulcans and numbers and momentum here as the carry is taken in by Whakaosalea. She'll get up and play the ball quickly. Joseph to the left. Good hands through Charlotte Davis. She's got numbers out there. Talamai Val gets the ball on as well. Abraham comes back in, flicks the ball up as well. The referee was right there, and then maybe a high one on Zion Lau Pepe. But in fact, it's let to go. So great defence for the Orcas.
Oh, brilliant defence. It was very good scramble defence. The play was all over the place, but they did well to scramble and get across and hold the Vulcans out yet again.
That's where confidence is built. And so a great opportunity for the home team to just go about their business in a conservative manner on this set. They've already done the hard work. They do need to get to the back end of their set, and this will help them as they get a penalty and a very welcome one as well. It'll eat some meters for them and send them downtown.
Yeah, if they can get a good kick out here, get themselves some more yardage, this will be good for the Orcas. Get themselves in a better attacking position.
It's nice to be reminded of past great names of women's rugby league in New Zealand, like Trish. In fact, it was a triple international, if I recall, too, because she was also, maybe it was touch and softball.
Softball, I think it was, yeah.
So, we think back to Nadine and Chrissy Barnaba and all the old faces and names.
Yeah, Trish has her own medal now for the Māori All-Stars game. She has the Trishina medal in her name, which is pretty awesome. Just shows how much of a legend she was, or she is. What's
another famous Tauranga eel? Ben Matolino.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was from Tauranga. And, of course, it was Simon Mannering was spotted. I remember seeing him in the junior comps. He was 18, running for the Orcas, and he stood out. I guess mainly because of Parker, but he's also pretty damn good, though, wasn't he? Our mate, Marianne Collins. Hey, this is a good run here. They're setting themselves up beautifully. The big number 10 gets up to play the ball. Back it comes to Raquel Anderson, on to Marianne Collins, towards the line. Marianne pops the pass and finishes it off with some style. Tyra Leota is in the score for the Orcas.
Oh, it's like deja vu. She did this last week, Collins. Just popped out here, show on the inside, show on the outside, goes herself and pops off to Leota, who's scored in every single game this campaign so far, and she's now scored again in round 4. Young talent, 20 years old, with such a big, bright future ahead of her.
Try assist for Marianne Collins. She's won 4 championships with the Randwick Kingfishers. She's currently a member of the Wainuiomata Lionesses. And, of course, the Randwick Kingfishers are actually the Queenfishers, as we must remind each other. But she's played 9 seasons for Manusina Sevens and 15s at the Rugby World Cup back in 2014. Marianne Collins, still a force to be reckoned with, and providing some great try assists and carries here for the Orcas. That'll be pleasing. Ake Pereira, the coach, Brenda Collins, assistant, and the number 19 gets a chance to have a look from wide out. This is Caitlin Lewin. And her claim to fame is that she can back a trailer exceptionally well. So
that is certainly a skill.
It certainly is. You'll see me at the tip trying to get it right. Pretty close, but doesn't quite get there. There's Caitlin Lewin. Let's have another look at Marianne Collins and just marvel at her experience. And then go forward and then popping the pass. I thought she might have got there herself too.
Yeah, so did I, but wasn't greedy at all. Got that little tip off away to Leota.
24 gone. There's still a long way to go, of course. But talk with us about momentum and confidence builds.
Yeah, well, when you obviously get ahead on the point on the board, and you're not the favourites, which Wellington wouldn't have been after Vulcans' performances so far this year, definitely would build confidence amongst the ladies, and also amongst the team. You have a bit more trust in each other. You show up for each other a bit more. So I'm really loving what Wellington are doing. Big ups to Ake and crew down there, for the hard mahi they've done to keep the competition alive. And obviously produce some brilliant players down there.
They're able to draw, the club comp's able to draw on some of the young secondary school interest, because there's a rise in interest among our latter year tauira at secondary schools, but you can apply for and be granted dispensation for a 17-year-old or an 18-year-old to play in the top women's division, maybe even younger, and a number of those players who would normally feature for the Orcas are actually away at the moment at the National Youth Tournament, which is on as we speak, and wishing them well. Also, there's thousands of young Māori footballers lining up in the annual Tamariki Tournament, which is on this weekend in Rotorua as well. We've got a couple of mokos in the county's tens. You like that stuff, don't you, Crystal? No, you do. I'll tell your eyes light up, Crystal.
I love it when they get up and play the ball after being hit like that. That's bravery.
Taira Leota once again. And it's down the edge for Ofa Tuangalu. It just tries to keep it alive by popping it on the inside. Instead, it heads into touch 12 metres out. Turnover of possession as we see Marianne Collins with that cutout ball. Nice as well to Lutuaso. Tuangalu there. Yeah, there does appear to be a spring in the step here of the Wellington Orcas. That's how they should be as well. They're playing some good footy. Whoa, across the top. Hey,
yes,
aren't
I
you
think she
pleasing
might
on
have hit her own player, I think.
Dusty.
Yes.
We'll get another look at that in just a moment. They call it friendly fire, but there's not a lot of friendliness about it. It's just an unwelcome smack in the head, really, as your teammate gets up. That was stripped. How's the referee seen this? Knockout.
He's called it a knock forward, I think. Oh, there's the hit we saw.
It's great from the 21. Boy, that's Lesiale Tuangalu. One of the two sisters in the squad, Lesiale. We're just about to pack the scrum on the 40-metre line. Long way to go here, but the Orcas certainly hanging tough at the moment as Marianne Collins will feed the scrum here for the home team. If you've just joined us, it's Jerry Collins Stadium in Porirua. This is round 4 of the Sky Sports Women's Premiership. Nice little angled run and a good carry back on the inside. It's Tara Kerr. Took some stopping. Eventually she is shut down by the back row Mangele. This is a great opportunity for the Orcas to build. Just a settler, sensible as well. Just inside the 20-metre line, looking for try number 3 here. Little pop off here to Tuangalu once again. Tuangalu to ground, as you can see, just 8 metres out from the try line. Look for Marianne Collins. She's the playmaker, getting close to the line. This is Omele, takes it to the line and in fact goes straight through Acacia Omele. Wonderful effort here from the Orcas into score under the crossbar.
Oh, what is Wellington doing here? This is a brilliant game from the Wellington Orcas. It's a good team effort here. It's just all pure individual brilliance there by Omele to get herself some points as well. But you can just see the connection of this Wellington side is just growing. I think one person here, number 7 that's on the screen now, Tawny Burgess, it's good to see her back in the halves. She went to fullback last week, but I think she's better in the halves. She definitely, you know, takes control and she runs that right side really well. So it's definitely good to see her back in the halves.
Well, that was a very strong carry and finish there from Acacia Omede. She's on debut this year with these. Well, she only started playing rugby league last year, 2 little ones as well, so she thought she'd have a go, having a run with the Purido Valkyries, and what a great carry it was, and there is no better spot to score a try than right underneath the black dot, and that's where she's put it. And this should be the first 2-pointer of the afternoon. Great play, 14-4, just on 11 2 players. We get another look. She threw a half dummy, but I think she was always intent on carrying it through herself. And Omede in to score. And a great result for the Orcas as they kick it out to a 10-point lead against the Vulcans. A little slow to get back. As I say, you don't want to get ahead of yourself too, because it's a long way to go in rugby league, 50 minutes. But 3 tries to 1 at the moment. The Orcas will start thinking that, hey, maybe we can follow last week's victory with another this week.
Yeah, I feel like they're on a roll after they had that win against Waikato last week, and they've definitely lifted again this week. Kept a lot of, you know, the same combinations they had last week, obviously, other than shifting Tawny back into the halves. But, yeah, they're definitely building, and it's awesome to see.
Great start. You mentioned you're going up to, did I hear you say you're going to Fiji 7s?
9s.
Fiji 9s.
Yes,
that's cool.
9s,
When's that
yeah.
on?
November 26th we go. So we played there last year. I actually went and played for Howick last year in the 9s, but we're taking our Papakura team this year.
Beautiful. How many Kiwi teams make their way through?
I think there might be 3 this year over there, 3 New Zealand teams, and I think there's 1 from Australia, and then they have a couple of local sides as well.
I was lucky enough to go to Fiji, to Suva, actually, when Graham Norton coached the New Zealand squad in the 9s and won the tournament. And then we went back to our hotel room and we were having a yarn, and that was the very day that the Super League issue surfaced.
Oh.
But it was good that Fiji hosted the World 9s, and at that time it was the first victory in a long time for our national men's team to take out a world competition. We've had success since. But it's a great place to celebrate sport and to visit as a team, and certainly wish the Papakura squad all the best heading up there in a month or so's time. Great to have you with us here this afternoon. Porirua, Jerry Collins Stadium, and perhaps a surprising scoreline here, but these wahine from Wellington, I'm sure, felt pretty confident going into their work this afternoon. So the Orcas have it there on the far side of the field. Uriamo Taiaki, Hinemaya, takes the tap and takes it forward with the settler herself. Inside the 20 they go. Well, inside the 30, my apologies. They've just got plenty of go forward and a bit of steam on deck at the moment here. Calling in some replacements and slow to get up and play it is Tara Kerr. Where is that Marianne Collins as the ball comes to Caitlin Lewin for a solid straight run to 10 metres from the line. This is Acacia Tewe Mate. Here comes Collins. Marianne, which way you go, and drop off on the inside for Tyra Leota. Collins still looms as a very, very significant threat here for the Vulcans. They'll avoid that talented playmaker and go instead to the right-hand side. There are numbers, and there's the B-ball pass trying to get the finish. Too close to the line, but great inventive play, almost coming up with another try.
Oh, almost coming up with another try, and, you know, not bad for the back end of the set. And as you see, they shift here from the left right across. Zion Laupepe was out of the defensive line. It looked like it was open right up, but she did well to recover and get back and make that tackle.
It was absolutely vital, wasn't it? Because Urama Taka, without that tackle, certainly would have made another 4-pointer in the corner. The Vulcans get hold of the football. The plays, or the momentum's all been with the Orcas for the last 5 minutes or so. The Vulcans will want to arrest that, and the best way to do that is just to play a steady hand here through the sets. You don't need to be overly ambitious. Let's get to a decent kick at the back end. This player certainly has plenty to offer and is a constant threat now.
Oh, she is. Talenza Nelson, she's a very good player. I know that she'll be over in the NRLW sometime soon, as well as Jana Mangele there, who we see in number 13. She's been outstanding this campaign, as well as for the club season for the Otara Scorpions, where she won a championship with them.
This is Loa Pepe, who will play the ball. 21 on the boil as Monica Whakaosalea. She's strong. Avery Rose Carmont trying to weave some magic as well. Sleight of build, although she's obviously been in the gym. When she started off, she was just a small, nippy player, but she's certainly strengthened, as we see the carry here from Maulia Fraser. Danger times for the Orcas. Got to stay on guard here. Can't afford to take their eye off the ball. Close to the line and then flung to ground as well. That's Whakaosalea. And there's the dummy half effort, and the referee says it to knock on. So the Orcas dodge a bullet.
Oh, they definitely dodged the bullet. It was looking open on the left-hand side, but Avery Carmont went herself, but has lost the ball in the process. Great defence from the Wellington Orcas.
Tara Kerr, you rate her as well. You've watched her go, and on attack strong. That time the defence was spot on. The body position was important to repel Carmont, and that came off. And 35-minute halves, and what a good half that was for the home team. Hope you're enjoying action here from round 4 of the Sky Sport Women's Premiership from Jerry Collins Park. At the halftime break, it's the home team, the Orcas, who lead the Vulcans 14-4. Hoki mai. Hey, kia ora. It's good to have you with us this afternoon. 14-4, and many may be a little surprised by the Orcas' 3 tries to 1 stand at the halftime break, but they fully deserve where they are and what's been a gutsy performance from the home team, and really building on their victory a week ago against the Waikato women's squad. Crystal, let's have a look at some of the highlights.
Yeah, well, we thought, you know, the Vulcans were the hot favourites, and after this try here, where Jade Wharemate just got on the outside there, ball to Sapphire Abraham and then Zion Laupepe to score their first try in the corner there. I thought it was a done deal for the Vulcans in regards to, you know, was it the floodgates opening up? But definitely not to be, where the Wellington Orcas, you know, started defending a lot stronger and more effectively, and then the momentum shifted. Beautiful ball there by Collins. Got outside there to Tuangalu, who has pace to burn, obviously power and balance as well. She managed to get the ball off on the outside to Peniata, who stepped off her left, got back on the inside there and got the try there for the Wellington Orcas. And it seems to have been, you know, a very good team effort, and it's shown throughout this game, Dale.
It was a great run there by the winger, and the timing of the pass too was wonderful, managing to elude Jade Wharemate by stepping inside. And a great finish for Peniata. Try number 2 came, and that was Leota. Now, Marianne Collins has had a lot to say here this afternoon and was very generous. I thought she might have scored herself, that had the momentum, but popped the pass anyway, and it was a nice little finish there for Leota. And the next try that we'll be witnessing as well came right through the middle for Ormede.
Yeah, Ormede, too strong, too powerful. Just go straight through the defence of the Vulcans. Beautiful pass from Rex Anderson there. And Ormede, just so powerful, you know, to get through 3 odd defenders of the Vulcans to score right under the sticks. But, you know, I don't think anyone would have been expecting the Orcas to be up 14-4 at half-time. Doesn't mean that, you know, the Vulcans won't come back, but what a brilliant start. And I know that this would definitely raise the confidence levels of the Wellington Orcas.
Well, I hope you're enjoying the action from home. We certainly are from the commentary position. And which way will this one go? Well, we've got 35 minutes to find out. 14-4 at the half-time break here in round 4. It's the Orcas leading the Vulcans. We'll be back in just a moment right here for more action on the home of Women's Rugby League here in Aotearoa, Sky Sport. Thanks for joining us again. 14-4 is our scoreline as we go into the second half, having a lovely look across the hills and the trees, the valleys, and of course, the proud community of Porirua. It's a pleasure to be with you here today, and really rapt to be calling the action with a wahine who's football now, so I've respected for a very long time, Crystal Rota. Crystal, this is why we like sport, isn't it? The underdogs can get up, and we're witnessing something that could be special. I know it's a long way to go, and they'll have to, be consistent across this second 35, but it's a wonderful start for the squad, and in particular for the coach, Akanese Pereira and her connections.
Oh, definitely a good start for the Orcas to see them up on the scoreboard, 14-4 at half-time against a pretty star-studded Vulcan side here. It's exciting to see the growth of our game and the level lifting and rising in our other regions, such as Wellington and Waikato and Canterbury. Canterbury also have lifted, since I was playing, definitely. So I love to see it. I love to see the women's game growing, and the trajectory is going up very quickly. And it's so awesome to see.
Yeah. Well, Wellington's produced some fabulous footballers. We were just talking during the break about Jarome Hughes' efforts last night with 3 tries in the semi-final. He's a Wellingtonian. So is Nelson, although that's a bit murky what might happen with Big Nelson. So some of these wahine from Wellington, who knows where their careers might take them. We're underway. It's the Vulcans kicking off and running from right to left. So just as it was in the first half, the first 5 minutes of any half is vital. If you can maintain some good structure and be very deliberate in your work, you're not trying to do too much from this end of the field, but you do want to get to the back end of your set, and you do want to challenge by getting a ball away off the back end. So let's see how this pans out for the Orcas. They come across to the short side. The Vulcans, on the other hand, I'm sure George would have said, hey, we need to put a bit more enthusiasm, a bit more energy in as Lisiele Tuangalu takes the football through to the halfway line. Good set so far.
Yeah, it is a good set so far. See what they can produce on the back end of this. I'm sure George would have had a talk to his ladies about, defensive efforts. That's obviously where they need to tidy up, about execution on the back end of their sets.
Marianne Collins, well, she can do no wrong today. Even putting that kick in, bounces into touch at the right spot. We just mentioned be really great for the home team if they were able to push it down to the other end. That's exactly how it panned out. A very solid, contained, and a classy set to start the second half of action.
Yeah, we said if they could get, to the back end of their set and produce something of that, which they have. They're in a much better position to be defending as opposed to where Marianne Collins kicked it. So, we got an injury here. Sapphire Abraham is down.
And the referee drawing attention. I didn't quite see what happened to Sapphire. Did you pick that up?
No, I didn't see either.
Well, we might see if we can have a look on the footage going back. Gives us a chance too to remind you that we have the Pacifica Championship coming up. Sky Sport hosting all of those games too, and we might have been able to locate what happened here to Sapphire. Just over here, so not quite sure what happened there, but some concern. Yeah, and the Pacifica Championship as well. Our Ferns lining up against the old foe, and that's going to be tough, isn't it? The Australians are still fielding a fantastic Jillaroo squad.
Oh, definitely.
Always good.
Always good. And it's, obviously the Kiwi Ferns won at the last Pacific Championship, so they beat the Jillaroos. To back that up again would be amazing. So exciting to see the Pacific Championships kick off.
So the Vulcans with the football. The Orcas know that their defensive efforts are just as important as the attack at the moment. Another player down, and some concern immediately shown here by the number 10. That's Jada Timu. Good solid work in here from the Orcas, as they as they look at the clock, and they can really feel that this may be their day. And the Vulcans, they're in for the fight, all right. There's no doubt about that. Carrying it through is Whakao Salea. A little drop off. Vanessa Molia Fraser. This is good play from the Vulcans and absolutely necessary as Carmont slides into acting half. They'll work the skinny side onto the boot of Thompson. Over the top, there's a knock on. Well, that can really be a momentum changer. And the shift and advantage going to the visiting squad, the Vulcans. I'll set the scrum here. Referee Jack Fever has been doing a good job keeping it alive as well. Softball venue, as you can see there in the background here in Jerry Collins Stadium. Just across the road and slightly up the hill, I guess, from the Porirua Town Centre. But a proud community, and obviously defending premiers, the Porirua Valkyries, in the women's competition here, club-wise in Wellington. It's Carmont to feed the scrum. They do need to score next. Through the hands, it goes to Davis. Nice ball through to Whare Mate. He's wrapped up across the top, having a good look. Carmont, right and left, works the left side. This is Tallins Nelson, and Nelson scrambling towards the line, almost looked to crawl across the line. Carmont, short ball, looking for the crash play. This is Whakao Salea, once again, decent, tough D put on here by the Orcas. Can they survive another raid, though? You get the feeling that momentum is building. There's something on the boil here for Mangale is away from one. And that was a collision and a half as well. Slow to get to her feet is the prop for Tungalu. 5 out from the line, using it through the hands. This is Davis. And that ball has gone down. And look, it's Marianne Collins. Is having an absolute barnstorming game today for the locals.
Oh, what can't she do? Marianne Collins pushes out of the line, puts Tiana Thompson under pressure and forces the error, but she's been brilliant all day. That was good defense from the Orcas there. We've seen Kerr on 2 occasions there make some try-saving tackles to save the Orcas there from getting points against them with the Vulcans scoring. So what a beautiful set of defense from the Wellington side.
Oh, well, his chest will be puffing out some more of that Ken Laban, who's like the ambassador and tour guide for Wainuiamata. You know, Marianne's playing for the Lionesses this year. There's another one for you to crow about there, Mr. Laban. Here she comes again. Heck. Hey, Marianne Collins should be the queen of Wainuiamata tonight. Toast of the town. Through the middle was getting pretty solid in there. Crystal, you missing this stuff?
I am not actually. I'm not missing being tackled or anything like that at the moment. I'm quite comfortable here in my seat commentating.
Thank you, Crystal. Fair enough. This is Season Blackburn Kingy, who gets to her feet. Nice little play out the back door as well. Dummies and putting everything on. Zion Lau Pepe is in for and some assistance as well from Nelson, but still making some good meters, pushing forward Tara Kerr. Dummy half work here for Tawny Burgess, one of the most experienced here in the Orcas lineup, Tawny. Slow to play the ball and eventually onto the boot of Tiwe Mate. And where's that bouncing to? Towards touch on the far side, and a great chase by the Orcas as well. Everything's going up roses.
Oh, what a beautiful set yet again. Their completion rate must be up there, the Orcas. They're just getting to the back end of their set, getting in a kick and getting it in the spot that you want it to be. And they're in a beautiful position for defense here.
Diamond Henry is up to play the ball, so I'd interrupt the assist.
No, you're fine.
15 out from the try line. The Vulcans, well, I thought it was a bit high, and the referee eventually agrees with the Vulcans. That'll give them some meterage as well. Well, if you were captain here and you were talking to the Orcas players, bearing in mind what's occurred here, it's a great start to the second half. What would your advice be for them at the Mo, Crystal?
The Orcas? I've been really impressed with their defensive efforts, and they've been getting in numbers and really working with each other. So I'd be encouraging them to continue to do that. They didn't display it in that instance, but they have been very brilliant defensively, getting in numbers, trying to slow down the play the ball of the Vulcans, which is something that could change this game if they weren't slowing that play the ball down. Because, you know, with the likes of Avery Carmont at dummy half, jumping out and bringing some of the runners onto the ball, such as Nessa Wale-Fraser, who's got the ball now, it could be very, very damaging.
It's been a very good set, this set. The Vulcans will be wanting to get some points off the back end of it. Certainly do not rule that out as the ball comes loose. Here it is now. We were talking about the threat that's posed wide to the line and still coming up short. Fabulous defence. Can they keep it up though as Nelson plays the ball inches from the mark? Through the hands, it's still with Avery Rose-Carmont. They'll push it across to the back row, Yana Magale. And then muscled to ground in the tackle of Tyra Leota. Right in front of the posts. And we got the fifth and final signal here. Here's the kick, and it's taken by who?
Oh, Collins, in the right place at the right time.
Well, they might rename the stadium. Out goes Jerry, in comes Marianne.
Yeah. Oh, only seems fitting right now.
She's having a great game. It's the Marianne Collins Stadium in Porirua. Well, they survived that raid. I really seem to have a gut feeling there as well, Crystal, that they were going to score the Vulcans, so that was deadly defence. And the referee, there's a bit of a lazy shot, that one. Nothing untoward in it, just a bit of fatigue setting in. Taylor Osborne penalised for going high, and you wouldn't criticise the Orcas for just taking a bit of a breather here, steadying the ship as they kick towards touch on the far side of the field. No movement on the scoreboard since the half-time break here. This has gone 9 minutes into the second half, 35-minute halves, as you've noted. Thanks to all the connections here, keeping the competition alive, and great to have you with us here this Saturday afternoon here, watching local rugby league. It's always a pleasure to bring it to you right here on Sky Sport. Thank you to Marcus and Rob and the team from Sky, our producers. And of course, WSL will bring you the pictures as well here from our stadia across the country. Just inside enemy territory, as the saying goes, and here they come again. It's the Orcas with the football. Raquel Anderson, a steady hand, manages to get along to Lewin. And Caitlin takes it forward. That's Anderson. We'll talk and sing her praises a little bit too, because she's been very steady. This is good play once again. Down the right edge, driving towards the line. Managing to get the ball back on the inside for Piniata. And Savannah is to grass. 10 metres out from the try line. Tara Kerr, acting half. Everyone's putting their hands up. Tawny Burgess looking, and Burgess gets the ball back. Another opportunity here, surely. This is looking great at the moment, although one of the players is down. Tawny Burgess is a bit concerned, leaves the ball where it is and goes over. Maybe you could bring us up to speed on that one, please,
I think it's
Crystal.
Raquel Anderson that's down at the moment. Didn't see what happened.
We'll get another look at the last, it's not the injury, but the last passage of play. And again, you know, there's some great interchange, good understanding through the back line. That's a lovely ball out to Hinemaya. Uruamo Taiaki pops it back on the inside for Piniata. And she's to ground, didn't quite see the injury, but it's a tough game. It's a contact sport, so you're always at risk, but these are Wakinetua. And they'll get to their feet as they can. We get another look at this one, Crystal.
Oh, what a beautiful kick through. Oh, you see Vanessa Molia-Fraser and Raquel Anderson collided there, and that's how the injury was sustained. But Raquel will be all right. She's from Tokoroa, so I'm sure she'll be good to go real soon. But there was a clutch play there from Tawny Burgess. They get another, I was going to say they get another opportunity, but they've just blown that.
Yeah, that was disappointing for them. It didn't quite work out, did it? As Troy Lutuaso comes in, might have been a chance.
Yeah, it was the right idea, running a more lateral play close to the line, but fortunately the ball didn't make it to hand.
Against the grain or sayings like that, but it can sometimes catch your opponents unaware. But now it ends up in the Vulcans' hands. And they'll just be wanting to work it away from their danger zone. There's still plenty of time for them. And Avery Rose Carmont is the acting half, asked to go back and replay the football. 15 wanting to make amends there too, as Lutuaso now, Vulcans. Lost football, stripped, in fact. So they'll get another chance too. Fakosalia has been good and some good input from Monica since she's been injected into the game off the bench. Opting not to kick for a touch. It was the tap and the go. Wendy Savaete. Yeah, I'd like to see Wendy involved a little more. She looks like a player with great skill and capability as Jade Wharemate tries to just inject herself into the line out of dummy half. This is good metre gains. 35 out from the try line as the back row Blackburn Kingy makes the tackle with some assistance with Te Iwi Mate. Right in front of the post on the 30-metre line. Auckland Vulcans, they know they need to get busy as Davis sends it on the inside for Talemai Vau. Across the top is Kerr on the tackling department. 20 metres from the try line. Davis, lovely ball for Savieti, and then out to Nelson, and Nelson goes across the line. One back here for the Vulcans.
Yes, it was only a matter of time before Nelson got over. She's been nearly there on a couple of occasions, but this time just got on the outside of Tawny Burgess and managed to get herself over. But she's a brilliant player, very strong runner of the ball, and she can do things just like this. And she's got the Vulcans back into this game now, Dale.
Very much so.
14-8.
Yeah, 22 to play. They needed to score. They needed to be the first to score in the second half. It took them a while, but as you can see, they're high-fiving and talking to each other, saying, hey, we're well capable of this. So it's going to take a very, very strong effort and a very concerted effort as well for this Orcas team to get the 2 points here this afternoon. They're capable, but they're not going to get it easy, that's for sure. Just looking, no, that was not good enough. I want the Halligan tee. I want that tee designed by Chuck Halligan. That's what it was. Ever fancy yourself as a goal kicker?
Never.
Why not?
Never. I couldn't kick a goal to save myself.
It's an important position in the squad, though.
Oh, it definitely is. You always want to be going up in sixes as opposed to fours.
Absolutely. So this is Yana Mangele, who is, as you can see, it's about 2 or 3 metres in from touch. Let's see if she can guide this one through the sticks. What are you going to say about that, Crystal?
No, not the kick that Jana would have wanted anyway. Not the result of the kick, actually. But she makes up for that on the field. Sure enough,
you're a diplomat. Have you ever thought of a political career?
No, never. That'd probably be the last job ever in my life that I'd want to do, is anything in politics.
I just thought you were very diplomatic there, Ms. Rota. And great to be working alongside you. And, of course, the fabulous Umutahi. There's some Umutahi peeps in here today.
Yeah, the Tawny's played Umutahi, Rax has played Umutahi.
They're in the Orcas, of course. Umutahi is from down Matata, Makatu sort of way, and that's where Crystal was one of Crystal's connections, but they're very, very prominent in the National Māori Rugby League tournament. The Umutahi squad, they've been enjoying success there for 2.5 decades. And, of course, Crystal's papa, Rog, is the chairman of their marae down in Matata. That's where he is today. So kia ora to you, Te Tukana. Here we go as we once again get into the Vulcans. Now, the most likely, of course, almost will feature in that run as well, Talenza Nelson. Plenty of skill Wendy Savietti of similar builds, and they are good players. So 40 metres out. Let's just see how the Vulcans control this set. Plenty of enthusiasm on defence as well, though, from the Orcas.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. They're really getting their numbers on. They're not afraid of the contact, not shying away from the contact. And with that kind of pressure, this is the result with errors, handling errors, which the Vulcans have just coughed up the ball. Another opportunity here for the Orcas at the halfway line.
Well, they're not in a hurry, are they? They don't seem in much of a hurry to come and set this scrum. The referee will be keeping his eye on his clock as well. Just also want to acknowledge Akia Pereira, Brenda Collins, and also Ana Tuia Pereira, who is Kiwi for number 83. These are the coaching staff here for the Orcas, and they'd like to acknowledge their connections as well. Dan McEwen, who's coached a number of New Zealand Rugby League squads. And the other one who's helping out with the Orcas this year is Doug King. He's got 3 PhDs in injury epidemiology, head impact biomechanics, and concussion. As we see the run down the left side, absolutely scintillating, but then bundled into touch at the last moment.
Yes. There's a second effort, though, I think. Yeah, there's a penalty. Yeah, there's a good break down the side there by Leota. And who else threw the ball but Collins? But Leota's definitely a hard one to stop.
Tyra Leota from the Lionesses as well. Plenty of experience here. But as you say, beautiful ball from Collins. Short side, look out, Vulcans over the line. Can you get the ball down, though? That's the question. It's close. The referee says, I'm sorry, held up. Jada Timu will be asked to back up to the 10-metre line. We get another look at it. Here's Jada on the boil, puts the big fend on that don't argue with Javier.
Yeah.
But denied at the last moment.
Good defence there from the Vulcans on their edge. Diamond Henry getting right underneath, and Tiana Thompson, I think it was. They're going down that same side again to have another crack.
And again, it's with Timu. She's put to ground a metre out from the try line. What have they got in the kete at the moment? Let's see what's on the boil, they're thinking at the moment. The Orcas, 7 metres out from the line. That one's a little awkward as Raquel Anderson gets hold of it. They've got numbers, they're looking for a bit of a kick. Oh, everything's on show as Acacia Omele is held up with the football. What about the kick, though, and the bounce? It was superb.
Another one from Tawny Burgess. Very deceiving kick at that, but beautifully regathered. Been loving what the Orcas are producing on the back end of their sets. Their fifth and final options have been obviously very tough for the Vulcans to read, and as a result, they're defending a lot. The Vulcans a lot down in their red zone. So, yeah, big ups to the Orcas.
Well, you've got some skill there and some guile as well from Tawny Burgess and then Marianne Collins and Javier. Well, they certainly knew what happened there. Avery Carmont, Avery Rose is with it, just out inside her 30. It's tough stuff out there at the moment. These Wahine Tour are going at it, hammer and tong. They're looking at the scoreboard too. And there's 15 to play here. Who is going to come away with the 2 points? If you've just joined us, building on the back of success last week, where the Orcas were too good for Waikato, only just though, 24-18. Now they come into this one in Porirua, and hoping to take that one was Tara Kerr, but it goes right through the bread basket and into touch, so it will be a Vulcans possession. Yeah,
this will be a good opportunity for the Vulcans. It's unfortunate for the Orcas there, but see here, this hit from Collins. Holy moly. Would not like to be on the end of that. Would love to see that. That's what we love about our game of rugby league, is seeing big hits like that. Surely that'll be on Smash and Bro next week.
Should be. And I love hearing it in commentary too. Holy moly. Oh, that's fair enough. That's a fair description of that. Look out, because Marianne Collins on the warpath at the moment. They'll need to be. This is a skillful Vulcans team. This is Savietti. She's a talent. Wendy, and she takes it straight through. Look out, Orcas. The Vulcans are looking to explode. They're close to the line as Manana takes it. That ball's gone down. Needs to be retrieved. And it is eventually by Leo Pepe. And the Orcas coming back, hunting in a pack. Carmont. Lovely little run here once again. Whakosilea. She's pulled down. 5 out from the try line. Carmont. Still alive. Vulcans with it. Can they get the last pass as Mate is isolated and wrapped up in the tackle of Collins? Is making life difficult here for the Vulcans. Short ball. Magale has it. They really should have used it better at the back end. Don't give up, though. It's still alive. Ball's popped up there for Talamai Val. And here's a fend. They need to close the ball down. This is the last tackle. Look out. Look out, Orcas. This is danger time for you. And that eventually shuts down that set. But it was dangerous right till the last moment.
Oh, I've got to give it up to the defense of the Orcas. Their scramble defense, they're just really working hard for each other, covering when someone breaks the line. They're scrambling across to make the tackle. So big ups to the Orcas for their defensive efforts that they're making out there today. You know, they've got their middles, the likes of Tiwi Mate, who's been working hard defensively in the middle. And then it comes out to the edges and they're still doing hard. And here we go, we'll see the Vulcans returning the favour in Jana Mangeli and Avery Carmont.
Putting the work in there on Uruamo Taiaki. Well, there's only 12 minutes to play here. And so there's still very much anyone's game. 6 points in it. Out it comes to Collins. She says, well, let's try pushing it downfield. Let's have a look at this bounce, how important that might be. It's still on. Oh, the referee thought there was a hand to it. And on the far side of Tuangalu, she thought she was a chance. I just want to have a look whether her hand touched it. It initially thought it might have come off her feet, but the referee was well there. Yeah, it's just touched her fingertips.
Oh, that was unfortunate. The kick didn't look like much, but the kick's only as good as its chase. And Tuangalu there with a beautiful chase. Had she have regathered that, I'd say she would have been gone.
Yeah, I reckon too. But again, the foresight of Collins got a wealth of experience, Marianne. And I like her too because I've only got one sister and her name's Marianne. So there you go. Marianne Collins is really injecting herself into the game. Short side play, and here they come again, the Vulcans. Hey, look, they're not going to take this lying down. Another good carry once again. She's been outstanding, Talenza Nelson. On the 30-metre line, a bit dusty, getting up to play that one slowly. Into the hands here of Talamai Val. Across the top they come. Orcas. Well, they really need to be stoic in their defence here. They've been very good. And this time around, get a bit of a bonus. It's those little moments in a game.
It is the little connection errors, I think, that's happening at the moment. See here, shift from Charlotte Davis to Tiana Thompson. I think she was looking for Wharimate out the back, but, you know, Saviete was in the passing lane. So, yeah, just a little bit disjointed in areas, the Vulcans. But, you know, if they could fix that up, I definitely think they can bring themselves back into the game.
Ai, tautoko kōrero e te tuahine, kia ora. Here's the play. Now, again, we spoke about just being very mindful of the importance of this set and then getting something good at the back end. So that's a good start. And this is a lovely little carry here as well for Uruamo Taiaki. Solid and smart play here from the Orcas as Anderson asks another charge. Again, not aiming to do too much. As across the top goes a very committed Carmont. It's Anderson who'll play the acting half role. And again, just asking her players to take it in. Not trying to do too much. Field positions, what this set's about, is Ormede gets to play the ball. 30 metres out from the try line. And it's Anderson. Inside ball. Lovely for Kerr, who sets it nicely. 15 out from the try line. Now's a chance to do some work as Tiwi Mate goes into acting half. Still runners down the left side. Here's your danger player. It's Collins once again. Collins is going towards the line. She won't get there. But the turnover is a long way from where the Vulcans want to be. And often that's as good as having a play for the line. Tackled, a great set, perfect set.
Oh, perfect set. And you see Collins again. She just knows when to hold it, knows when to go, knows when to kick it. And in this instance, you know, she just goes herself. And I think the thing with Collins that's so deceiving about her is that she runs the ball so hard at the line. For the size and stature that she is, she's going to be hard to stop. So it puts the defense in two minds as well. So, you know, she's having a brilliant game today, Collins.
She's just been involved with everything. She knows when to walk away and knows when to run.
Yeah, she absolutely does. She also knows how to set up her outsides as a half.
Well, I hope you're enjoying the action at home here. There's still, as you can see, 8.5 minutes or thereabouts in this one. But a lot can happen in that sort of time frame as Carmont, to her credit, is trying everything at her disposal to keep this alive, as Javier is fighting on the far side to maintain possession, which she does. Here it comes to Carmont. Concerningly, it looks as though Collins is down in back play at the other end of the field, holding. This is the straightened run. Oh, loving it too as the back rower makes the tackle, Mangele. And the referee says there's too much in there. Savannah Peniata under some pressure, and that pressure valve is released here. And a little bit of gamesmanship would be completely understandable if they just wanted to take their time here and work some of the clock down. As that one made its way into touch.
No.
Fundamental error could be very costly.
Could
Here's
be a
the
turning
fullback,
point in the game.
Whare Mate. Tries to get the pass away. I'm not quite sure how the referee read that. But really, they needed to put that one into touch. Still very much alive, 7.5 to play. The Orcas fighting. This would be a magnificent victory for the Wellingtonians if they're able to survive the next 7 or so minutes. But the Vulcans won't take it lying down. Another good carry this time from Talamai Val. And Maya is to her feet. Player down too, one short on the defensive line as Mulia Fraser has the football. She'll look to get the pass away. Does that successfully enough into the hands here of Thompson. And it's Carmont wrapped up, still able to get the pass down the short side through Davis. Davis alive on the far side as well, still with the football. The Vulcans. Well, Collins has made her way back into the defensive line. Here's the chip into the end goal. The bounce important. That's been a knock on. It'll be a scrum here. Vulcans will get the scrum feed. And plenty of challenges here for the home team, the Orcas. Let's bring you back up to speed. It was 14-4 at the break. 3 tries, 2-1. Peniata, Liota, Omedi. And a try to Nielsen in the 48th minute, bringing us the 14-8 scoreline we witness now. But this is close range, full set for the blue and white squad. Carmont, taken off the back. Holding it up nicely. Back on the inside comes Mulia Fraser. That's what's ahead of them, and the referee says that the pass was forward. Well, caught it on mine.
Yeah, you could see that from the angle that we looked from. It looked like a forward pass from Carmont, which is just what the Wellington Orcas would have wanted. You see it here. Yeah, she gives that ball off the deck. It's very marginal, but yeah.
I'm not at we're not at a good angle. The referee was right there, and just holding things up. But gee, that's going to be so beneficial here for the home squad, the Orcas, who are poised on the verge of a great victory here in Women's Rugby League. And NZ, the Orcas have it. A win last week, 24-18. Can they go back-to-back with victories here? We've got 4.5 to find out. Let's see how they control this set. Close range. Well, the blue and whites know that desperation is needed here at the Mo. They come into it. More good work here from Nelson, getting herself involved. Where's Collins? Keep an eye out for her. Well, these players might rename the stadium even if it's not officially done by the council.
They might just.
Through the middle, that's, as you can see here, on the 30. Time ticking away, 4 minutes to go, 30 metres out from the try line. Here it comes on to Collins, having a look down the left edge, seeing what might be there. Won't want to get bundled into touch, they're not. And let's see how they use it at the back end of this set, the Orcas. On it comes to Anderson, who does get some purchase on it. The bounce getting away from one or two, and then at the back it's picked up here by Zion Lau Pepe. Work to be done here for the Vulcans. They've got to do the fighting. They're 6 down. This is Women's Rugby League local at its very best. And of course, coming to you, round 4 of the Sky Sport Women's Premiership on Sky. Here are the Vulcans. Back row is Mangale. Mangale's played well today. But collectively, it's the Orcas who've issued the challenges with tries to Piniota and Leota. Already, are we going to see something special here in the last 3 minutes of play from Jerry Collins Stadium in Porirua? The pass has popped out the back door. Nice. Still alive. Here comes Talamai Vau. Cut down a beautiful tackle by Tawny Burgess. Plenty of experience, Tawny. And that tackle absolutely needed to be made. Charlotte Davis thinks, well, listen, we've got to try something. Into the hands. Tana Thompson gets the kick. Collins gets hold of the ball, and Marianne says, hey, we're halfway home here. Let's just take it down, take it to ground.
Yeah, all Wellington needs to do now is just slow it down, just play the set out and do a good set of defense if they want to hold this game. But it's been the errors of the Vulcans that have sort of let them down. The handling errors mainly, but got to give it up to the Orcas on their game plan today. They've definitely outshone. And it just shows the connection that they have. They've been playing as a team and they've been playing collectively, which I don't think the Vulcans have been.
Well, Raquel Anderson has the ball and plenty of experience. Our clock is not tied to the one at the grounds. Here's Marianne Collins, though. She puts it deep, and this is the last roll of the dice. This is the last chance saloon, but don't ride off Eleanor Javier on the far side of the field. She stands, she delivers, she pushes away, but then she's intercepted. And it's the Orcas who have the football through Peliata, who goes to ground. Well, this will be a magnificent victory if they're able to hold on for just a minute and a half. They don't need to do too much as Tyra Leota takes the football forward, slow to her feet. In fact, it's Tiwi Mati who gets up to play the football. Here's a charging run, and up through the middle they come, keeping it alive. What a great effort it's been by the Orcas. And their seasoned hands have had a whale of a time there today. The young guns have been very effective, and it's Ormede pushes the ball. That's gone out the back door, hardly necessary. Into Burgess's hands, holds it with a dummy, straightens on the run as well. Kitty Gronbeck called into the match. Plenty of experience, Kitty. And now 10 metres out from the try line. Is there another twist to the tail? Here's Marianne Collins. Gives the beautiful ball, and that'll finish it. That will seal the deal. And it's Tyra Leota who scores, and another try assist to Marianne Collins, who has been absolutely magnificent this afternoon.
Take a bow, Marianne Collins. Look at this, the ball delivery. Beautiful pass to Leota, who's been scoring every game for the Wellington Orcas. And that will definitely seal the deal for the Orcas here as we see the full-time close approaching. But what a beautiful game from the Orcas.
Fantastic, 18 points to 8. Well, let's talk about momentum. You take a victory from the week before into your game plan this week. There was a lot of talk about how capable the squad are. They've got the personnel, but it was a matter of having it unfold here this afternoon. On home soil, they would be tremendously pleased with the way that they have performed. A conversion still to come, but I'm sure that the full-time hooter is not too far away. And Marianne gets the chance to add the extra. She probably doesn't do it all that often. Here she comes, star of the show, Marianne Collins, Sky Sport. Let's see if she can slot the sticks with it. It's coming around. It's coming, but it's not to be. It doesn't matter because the Orcas have come away with a memorable victory here against the Vulcans at Jerry Collins Stadium in Porirua. It's the Orcas 18 and the Vulcans 8.
Wowee, what a game, Dale. That was so exciting. On the edge of my seat the whole time, but a well-deserved win from the Orcas, who just fought right to the end, right to the last second, where they managed to sneak in another try down that left edge. But what a brilliant performance from the Orcas out there today.
It was wonderful and really supported. Like we've been singing Marianne's praises, but you had Tawny Burgess in there and Raquel Anderson featuring strongly in the mix. The Tuangalu sisters really strong, and the bench worked extremely well for them. So this will be the most satisfying result for the Orcas. We're going to wait up and get some post-game interviews as well, some observations and perspectives from the captains of both squads. But we have witnessed something very special. And sport, the attraction of sport is you never quite know. And it played out in the way where the underdogs were able to get up today. Let's have a look at the highlights of today's game. Here's try number 1.
Yeah, it was good ball movement from the Vulcans to open up the try, scoring through Zion Laupepe. Beautiful ball from Jodeci Joseph to Mangele to Davis. And Wharimate just got an outside of Tawny Burgess to Sapphire Abraham and to finish it off Zion Laupepe. And this is where the scoreboard opened up for the Vulcans. But then it was very quickly shifted. Beautiful ball there from Marianne Collins out to Tuangalu, who broke down the edge. Beautiful strength and power to break through that tackle. Support on the outside from Peneata with a step back on the inside. And this is where the Orcas opened up their scoring game, Dale.
And it was Leota picking up a double today, but another wonderful look at this run. I thought she was taken there in the tackle of Eleanor Havea, but had the foresight to call in her fullback. He stepped through her opposite number and was in to score. The conversions, not a lot of them today. I think there was only one, but this is another look. And this is the generosity of a player who really was outstanding today, Marianne Collins, popping the pass up to Leota in her first of her double today. Leota next to score too was Omere, and this was just a beautifully angled run right through the middle, right through the heart of the defensive line and scoring right underneath the black dot. So superb play as well from Omere.
Oh, just so strong and powerful. About three defenders of the Vulcans all made it to get through and score under the sticks. And then this one here, Talenza Nelson, beautiful strength from her, showing a bit of a right-hand fend. And she brought the Vulcans back into the game at this point, Talenza Nelson. She's been great for the Vulcans for this campaign as well. But, you know, this was the second try for the Vulcans. And then we've seen here on that left edge, the beautiful ball of Marianne Collins to Leota to score her second try. And what a beautiful performance Marianne had put in, just setting up tries left, right and centre.
Well, let's just acknowledge what we've just witnessed there. And, of course, everyone likes sport because you never quite know who's going to get there. Well, today the Wellington Orcas go back-to-back. And as you can see earlier in the day, the Stingrays were way too strong for the Bulls. The Wellington Orcas picking up that gutsy effort and gutsy win. So a little bit of a change at the table in the NZRL Sky Sport Women's Premiership. But again, a reminder of just how the code is building in the capital, and a superb victory in Porirua as well. Just awaiting the captains here to come on in. And we'll have a look at what might be coming up next week as well. There's a stack of sport as well. The Counties Monaco Stingrays, that'll be a game and a half, won't it, against the Auckland Vulcans. It's live at 2 o'clock next Saturday afternoon. And as you know, coming to you right here on Sky Sport. Well, some disappointment from the Vulcans. And Wellington will be lining up against the Akarana Falcons. That's next Sunday as well. And, well, that'll be a game also. What if the Orcas could go with 3 in a row. What are your thoughts there, Crystal?
Oh, it'll be a tough ask, but I thought that today too. So anything's possible, and if they lift another level from where they were today, I definitely think that they can get up and have a successful campaign, because man, they're just playing some brilliant footy.
Well, I think we might almost be ready to go through and pick up with our post-match interviews. I think it's Raquel Anderson who is preparing herself there, but as you can see, pretty satisfied with their mucky this afternoon. Let's go down and hear from the Skippers connection, from the Orcas connections.
Okay, 2 wins in 2 weeks? Yeah, how does that feel?
Really good for our girls. We really wanted the win today, and I think everything kind of really worked out with us with the good weather and hardly any wind. So yeah, big ups to our girls for putting in the work and finishing real strong.
Yeah, you were up at the break. What was said at half-time to keep that momentum?
Just for our forwards to just keep pushing through the middle and just supporting and running in twos. And yeah, that's pretty much what we just talked on in the changing rooms. Yeah.
And you've got a big battle next week. How are you feeling about that?
Against Auckland. Yeah, we're ready for the challenge. I think we've had a good build-up into all our games, and I think every week we've been coming back strong. So I think we have had a good build into this final game, which should be our hardest game. So really excited for our girls, and we just probably need to go back to the drawing board, hit trainings hard, and just kind of look after all our little niggles and come back for next weekend.
Great, nice work.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations to Raquel. She's Kiwi Fern number 143, Raquel Anderson. She's a beekeeper. Yeah.
Raquel.
Yeah, apparently. That's the bully I've been given.
Must be a new job.
That's what I've been told anyway, sister. Unless someone's staring me crook down there and having a go. But she had a great game once again, so that's great. Let's go and get some thoughts too from the Auckland connections as well, from the Vulcans.
Jana, how tough was that out there today?
Oh, it was pretty tough for us out there. These Wellington girls just gave it to us, and we just, how to kind of explain it, just felt lost, and hopefully next week we will just work on it and do our homework, so yeah, ready for next week.
Didn't get the win, but what are your thoughts on how the team played?
Well, it was all right, but we'll get there. Yeah.
And how have you found the level of competition overall this year?
Oh, pretty competitive, and it's good that seeing the Women's League growing here, and yeah, just so many talent in New Zealand, so hopefully I see them on the big screen, and yeah, thank you.
Nice one. All the best for next week.
Thank you. Sure, guys.
Yana Miguel, and footballers not always comfortable in front of the cameras. Not a lot to say, a lot to do, and so I think that's where she was getting at. Let's have a look at what's coming up tomorrow as well in the Women's Premiership. The Auckland Vulcans up against Waikato. That's live at 2:00 in our women's competition. And I hope you've enjoyed the action here today from Marianne Collins Stadium and Porirua. A magnificent victory, 14-4 at the break, and eventually wrapping this one up 18 points to 8. The Orcas with win number 2 in a row. Who would have thought? Many discounted that possibility, but at their peril. They're on the rise. Women's Rugby League undoubtedly on the rise. From me, Dale, and also from Crystal. It's been great working with you again, Crystal. Thanks very much.
Oh, likewise. Always a pleasure working alongside you, Dale.
Tēnā koe. I hope you've enjoyed the action here today. That's us from Porirua. 18-8 winners. The Orcas over the Vulcans. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And remember, Rugby League was the winner on the day. You've been watching Sky Sports coverage of this year's Women's Premiership, and it's farewell and wishing you a great afternoon from Porirua.